JBN will keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones, and in the news, man killed in stage vehicle sale in St. James. A man who went to meet with another for the sale of a vehicle was shot and killed in St. James on Monday. The deceased has been identified as 42-year-old Robert Harvey, a Jota tour operator of Bogue Hill. It is reported that Harvey made arrangements to meet with a man who was interested in buying a motor vehicle from him. Harvey drove to Gordon Crossing in Bogue yesterday afternoon to meet with the man. While at the location, a motor vehicle with two men drove up. The men reportedly exited the vehicle and opened fire, hitting Harvey, who was sitting inside his motor vehicle, multiple times. The police were called to the scene and Harvey was transported to hospital. He later died. Man gunned down at bar in Old Harbour. Man gunned down at bar in Old Harbour. A man was fatally shot at a bar in Old Harbour, St. Catherine last night. The police are yet to establish a motive for the killing. The deceased has been identified as 35-year-old Colin Alexander of Carlton Glades in Clarendon. The police report that about 8:30 p.m. Alexander was at an establishment located along West Street when he was approached by a man. The man pulled a gun and opened fire, hitting Alexander in the upper body. He was taken to hospital where he died. Dancehall artist Mad Dog 6, 103 found dead in Mount Zion. Mad Dog 6, a member of the popular Six Clan, is the latest member of the dancehall industry to become a victim of gun violence. The emerging talent was one of three men whose bullet-riddled bodies were found by police a few days ago in Mount Zion, St. James. The DJ, who hails from Montego Bay, is best known for Temper Problem, featuring 6-Ball Squash, as well as efforts with Chronic Law, Shockstar, and Daddy One. A former member of the Six crew, top flight DJ Chronic Law, wrote a poignant tribute to Mad Dog 6 on Monday when news began to circulate on social media. Words now go ever can explain how this unpredictable world make me feel. If I never you, me get styling from jailhouse days. You push me music around the whole of Jamaica, help spread my wings down the road, Chronic Law wrote. Mad Dog 6 was one of three men whose bullet-riddled bodies were discovered by residents in the middle of a road in Mount Zion on May 13. Another victim has been identified as a popular footballer, Demar Domon, a former Rossies High footballer. Police investigators said that they were lured to the area and killed by individuals they went to meet. The bodies were then dumped in the middle of the road. One of the men was clad in green shorts and sported a low-cut hair, while the other two were wearing jeans shorts and sporting cornrow hairstyles. The death of the three men pushed the murder tally in the parish to 64 since the start of the year. At least 10 people have been killed in St. James in the last 6 days. SOE is declared for Hanover, St. James and Clarendon. A 14-day state of public emergency SOE has been declared for the parishes of Hanover, St. James and Clarendon. The announcement was made by Prime Minister Andrew Holness, who emphasized the government's commitment to safeguarding the lives of innocent citizens. Meanwhile, Governor General Sir Patrick Allen, acting on the advice of the Commissioner of Police, Major General Anthony Anderson, and the Chief of Defence Staff, Rear Admiral Antoinette Weiss-Gorman, authorized the declaration of the SOEs for an initial period of 14 days, commencing at 12:01 a.m. on Tuesday, May 16. Anderson alerted the situation in the affected divisions, stating, "The Clarendon Police Division has witnessed a significant increase in murders and shooting incidents, with a 67% increase in murders and a 41% increase in shooting incidents as of May 14 compared to the same period last year. This necessitates the declaration of a state of public emergency." For the St. James Division, he reported that, although experiencing a decline in murders by 27%, the parish still had the highest number of murders across all police divisions, with a total of 69 recorded. The division also had the fourth highest number of shooting incidents, with 34 incidents during the same period last year. He added, the Hanover Police Division witnessed the highest increase in murders, with a 75% rise as of May 14 compared to the same period in 2022. Weiss-Gorman underscored that the JDS stands behind the recommendation for the declaration of a state of public emergency covering the parishes of Hanover, St. James and Clarendon. "We are committed to working closely with the Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF to secure our nation. In the meantime, Dr. Horace Chang, Minister of National Security urged citizens to see the announced security measures as an opportunity to join the fight against criminality. We call upon every citizen, not just those living in the affected areas, to support these security measures. By standing unified, we will win the war on guns, gunmen and gangs, Chang said. Holness emphasized the importance of citizen involvement in curbing violence. We must come together as a nation to fight against criminality. I urge every citizen to share information and fully cooperate with the security forces. Together, we can make Jamaica a safer place, Holness said. The state of public emergency enables the security forces, including the JDF, to conduct targeted operations aimed at disrupting and dismantling criminal gangs and their networks, as well as preventing serious crimes. In December last year, Holness reimposed SOEs in several parishes, citing increased criminal activities and a threat to property and, in some instances, public disorder. St. James and Clarendon were among those parishes. Cop mowed down by motorcyclists in hit and run. A police constable was rushed to hospital with a head injury after he was mowed down by a motorcycle on the Mandela Highway in St. Andrew on Sunday. Reports received are that sometime between 2 p.m. and 6 p.m., the policeman was part of a team carrying out duties at a vehicular checkpoint when a motorcyclist was signaled to stop. The biker reportedly disobeyed the police's instruction and, in a bid to elude the lawman, mowed down the constable and proceeded along. The injured cop was rushed to hospital, where he received more than 10 stitches to a wound in the back of his head and was later released. In the meantime, the suspect was pursued, caught by police, and slapped with a battery of charges, including dangerous driving, disobeying police signal, no driver's license, no protective helmet, no insurance coverage, and driving motor vehicle without owner's consent. He is scheduled to appear in court on June 19, 2023. A video of the immediate aftermath of the incident, showing the injured cop being assisted by colleagues to a waiting motor vehicle, has been circulating on social media. Siblings arrested in St. Elizabeth following gun seizure. A 24-year-old woman and her 32-year-old brother were arrested following the siege of an illegal gun during a joint police-military operation in Dry Harbour District near Lokovia on Monday. Head of the St. Elizabeth Police, Superintendent Kenneth Chin, said that shortly after midday, a snap raid was conducted in the area. During the operation, a knapsack was searched, which contained a chrome .45 semi-automatic pistol with a magazine containing 4.45 cartridges. Two siblings, a 32-year-old male and a 24-year-old female, were arrested in connection with the find, he said. I thank the teams who are making the best use of the limited resources in maintaining the operational outputs, which are reaping success. The parish is safer because of your effective police presence, he added. This latest incident follows Friday's seizure of 3 guns by the St. Elizabeth Police in Luana and Spring Park. Superintendent Chin reiterated the importance of citizens partnering with the police. I must also highlight the police-citizens relationship in the parish, which has resulted in several successes, including a 180% increase in the number of illegal firearms taken out of the hands of criminals when compared to last year, he said. Guns seized in West Kingston. Lawmen attached to the Kingston Western Division seized one 9mm Broca pistol and an empty magazine on Gem Road, Trenchtown in Kingston 12 on Monday. Reports are that about 12:30 p.m., lawmen were conducting a snap raid in the community when a premises was searched. The gun was discovered by the lawmen in a blue plastic bin outside the dwelling. No one has been arrested in relation to the seizure. Disbarred attorney facing jail time. Disbarred attorney Minute Palmer Lawrence is being sought by a bailiff to enforce an order by the Supreme Court for her to be placed in prison over $61,000 debt owed to a businessman. The debt stems from a failed business arrangement between Palmer Lawrence and the businessman Kia Northover, dating back to 2008, which led to the revocation of her license to practice law in Jamaica. The Supreme Court, in a ruling made on February 28 this year, ordered that the disbarred attorney be committed to the South Camp Adult Correctional Center in St. Andrew for 4 weeks. She was given a 14-day grace period, which has since expired, to pay the outstanding debt of $61,600 plus interest at 2% per annum, compounded from May 22 last year, and $667,000 Jamaican dollars. The order was copied to administrators at the South Camp Adult Correctional Center and the bailiff for the parishes of Kingston and St. Andrew. Joseph Jarrett, the attorney representing Northover, said bailiffs who were engaged on April 21 have made numerous unsuccessful attempts to locate and arrest Palmer Lawrence. My understanding is that they have gone to her house and they have gone to her known business address. When they went to her house, they could not gain entry and they waited and did not see her, Jared said yesterday. And the same in respect of her business address. Palmer Lawrence acknowledged during an interview yesterday that she is aware of the order for her to be imprisoned, but said she was not aware that anyone was looking for me. I don't have an office, so where would they have gone, she said, indicating that she would make contact with the bailiff office for the corporate area. The disbarred attorney disclosed, too, that she filed an application on March 21 for the committal order to be suspended and asking for more time to make the payment to Northover. Palmer Lawrence says she visited Jared's downtown Kingston law offices yesterday to serve him a copy of the application. The hearing of the application is set for tomorrow, she said. Palmer Lawrence is the second disbarred attorney facing a prison term in recent weeks over a debt. Harold Brady, whose law license was revoked in 2017, is to appear in the Supreme Court on July 20 for the hearing of an application filed by lawyers for the state-owned Factories Corporation of Jamaica to have him imprisoned for failing to turn over $110 million debt from the sale of a property. Palmer Lawrence was disbarred in 2018 by a disciplinary committee of the General Legal Counsel, JLC, following a complaint Northover said was lodged in 2013. The JLC regulates the legal profession in Jamaica. The committee found that she acted dishonestly and was involved in a dishonest scheme to persuade the complainant to part with his funds in what turned out to be a fictitious investment. She was found guilty of professional misconduct. As punishment, the disciplinary committee ordered Palmer Lawrence to pay Northover $498,000 in compensation. She was also ordered to pay him $750,000 in legal costs. Palmer Lawrence was denied allegations of fraudulent conduct, challenged the disciplinary committee's findings before the Court of Appeal. The Court of Appeal, in its decision handed down in March last year, concluded that she was not guilty of dishonesty or fraud, but affirmed the disciplinary committee's findings that she had breached the canons of the legal profession. It also slashed the $498,000 the committee said Palmer Lawrence should pay Northover to $47,000 at an annual interest rate of 2% from September 25, 2008. The order of the committee for the appellant Palmer Lawrence to pay to the complainant the sum of $498,000 as restitution is an error of law based on the erroneous finding of fact that the appellant had money in her hand or under her control to reimburse or to direct reimbursement of it, the Court of Appeal said, explaining the decision to slash the payment. Palmer Lawrence acknowledged that she has missed several agreed days to make the payment, but explained that she was awaiting the resolution of at least 2 cases in which Northover was ordered to pay her legal costs. I want to set off the sums due to me against the judgment, she said, but she said the objective now is to pay the judgment and deal with the legal issues after. That was of very little comfort to Northover. I have all the emails that she has sent outlining the seriousness of the matter and how she's taking it serious. I'm promising dates that are not being met, dates after dates, and I'm not getting any money, Northover lamented. I've gone through 15 years of the legal system and it's no time to pay. Should have known about the matter long enough. It's frustrating and it's not fair to me. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.